competitive gamer, an esports tournament organizer, an all-around super cool, super dope human being. So come on up, Faye.
I grew a local esports scene at my first job. It was a LAN center called Cyber Arena. And we didn't really call it esports then. Dating myself. I convinced my manager at the time to let me hold my own bi-weekly tournaments and advertise them online. And it worked. So it was cool. They were small at first, but then they grew, and people started showing up from out of state, and I don't know, my mind was blown because they were joining my tournaments, and seriously, there was nothing else like it. It was just like people from all different backgrounds just sharing the same passion for something that I loved, all in the same place. And I made so many friends that way. And I knew that this was my community. But besides the ones that I helped foster, I participated in various competitive communities, just all kinds of them, because that was just my life. I was like, I love video games, I love competing, fighting games. I just kind of found myself drawn to similar types of people in this way, and I know I'm not unique in this. But yeah, you might be familiar with like the LCS and esports today, but this is what esports was like for me. It was clearly not all that glamorous, but they were like family. I know there's a lot going on, but if you look at these photos, there aren't very many women at all. Like at all. We know now many women game, but I realized that women were just very hard to find in the communities of almost all of my favorite game genres. And I really want to get into why that might be and what we could do about it or whatever, but unfortunately there isn't enough time for that, so instead I'll share a story. Also, after a tournament, I went to a boba shop with some friends, and the girl working there gave me a kind of confused look at all of us as a group, because she was asking us, why are you all holding game controllers? And I was more than happy to just tell her all about what happened that day. I was like, oh my gosh, we were playing in the Smash Bros tournament, and we got really far, and I had this fight, it was really close, blah, 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 blah. And she seemed stunned. She said, oh my gosh, I didn't even know girls could do that, or that they did that. That's so cool. And to me, this was just a random friendly interaction. I just loved sharing my passion with people on the regular. So yeah, I didn't think much of it. But 2 years later, at some event that I went to, a girl came up to me excitedly, and she was like, oh my God, it's you. And I was like, what? She said, you got some boba while I was at work, and you convinced me to go check out the scene, and I did that, and I fell in love with the community, and I've been competing for the last 2 years. I just wanted to say thank you, and that you're an inspiration. You're an inspiration. I was super moved. But that made me realize that when there's no representation of who you are in your aspirational path, you don't even know that you can do that. If you don't see it, how do you even know? I was a competitive gamer. I played in like MLG and WCG and EVO and CEO and stuff. And I sold out, and I became a voice actress too. I'm a program manager in tech, among other things. And multiple times, one at the highest division at the time. There's a sweet plaque hanging in the PC bunk. Thank you, thank you. But I'm not just up here to humble brag, okay? In fact, this is really uncomfortable, and I've been pretending that it's not, but I was invited to talk about myself for a reason. I know that each and every one of you has accomplished something cool, despite our imposter syndrome, so stop comparing yourself, by the way. You're here because you're passionate about something, and my point is that we all have that kind of potential. But if you don't feel like you're part of the gaming community, then I want to understand why not. What do you love? Women tell themselves that we don't see ourselves doing certain jobs in tech, or you're supposed to do X, Y, Z, but why not? This event might be for women, but you could be a minority of anything and be the pioneer to represent. Why not be the face that others see, that motivates them to do what they know is in their hearts, but are terrified of being the minority? I didn't break barriers because of some agenda. I just did it because I know what I love, that I love doing what I do. And you don't need any other reason. And you don't need anyone or anything to stop you. You're here. So maybe you're already familiar and I'm preaching to the choir, but if you're still hesitating to join a certain team or something like that because you don't think you'll fit in or whatever, I hope that this message reaches you. Just for yourself. So yeah, my message is don't hesitate to be relentlessly yourself where diversity doesn't exist. You are capable of being the inspiration for everyone else just by doing what you love. Thank you.